Good morning, everyone. I am Emma Davis, and my teammates and I are here to represent the Architecture Student Chapter at Shadow Ridge High School. I am a senior at Shadow Ridge, and this year I took on the responsibility as project manager, main drafter, and document reviser.
Hello, I am Sebastian St. Germain. I was project manager, document reviser, drafter, and 3D specialist.
Good morning. My name is Brooke Harrison. And I worked as a drafter, and I assisted with the 3D model.
I'm Ashton Booth. I am a junior at Shadow Ridge. I am the secondary drafter and the construction specialist alongside Sebastian.
I'm David Broach. I am a junior at Shadow Ridge High School, and it was the bill of materials along with Sebastian.
We would like to thank you for allowing us to partake in this year's student competition. We took into consideration all building codes and regulations to ensure that the work provided was accurate. We present to you an overview of our final product, which we believe complements the quality of the Genova model by Shea Holmes.
All right, located in the unincorporated town of Napoma, California, the exact location is 1525 Jocelyn Lane at San Luis Obispo County. It is located within the Lucia Mar Unified School District, with the Monarch Dunes community offering a plethora of K-12 schooling in the area. It is only 12 miles away from Pismo Beach, which is the clam capital of the world, featuring surfing, wine opportunities, and studio arts.
In the heart of California's Central Coast wine country, the Monarch Dune community offers a variety of amenities. Promoting social life and wellness, the community includes a fitness center, an art studio, a grab-and-go market, a spa, sports courts, a resort and lap pool, and many more. Within this community, many events are hosted.
This home, having 2 bedrooms and 2.5 bathrooms, is perfect for a small single-family home. There are 4 different exterior styles offered for this home, including Contemporary Ranch, Coastal, Santa Barbara, and Tuscan Farmhouse. In reference to this Genova home, a layer of ashlar stone complements the front of the home along the walkway from the driveway to the entrance. The roofing, made of a grayscale clay tile, is visually pleasing, weather-resistant, and low maintenance for the homeowner. The finished grade all around the outside of the home allows for customization with all kinds of plants and foliage. I will now turn your attention towards Emma, who will be discussing our floor plan.
So this sophisticated model consists of approximately 2,700 square feet of livable space. The floor plan here includes a den, a storage workshop, a smart space, and an extended cover patio. The spacious floor plan allows for a full kitchen, dining area, great room, 2 bedrooms, and 2.5 baths. Off of the master bedroom, you will find a walk-in closet and full bath. I will now pass it over to Sebastian to discuss the weather.
All right, so the climate in this area, so typically there's about 17 inches of rainfall per year, with little to no snow and an extremely unlikely event of any hurricane happening. There's a whopping 289 days of sunshine in this area, with the warm areas lasting from June to October with an average temperature of about 76 degrees. The cooler area lasts from December to March with the low hitting 40 degrees. The rainy season lasts from November to April with about 0.04 inches of rainfall lasting per day, and a sliding 31-day rainfall of at least 0.5 inches, making this the perfect community for anyone 55 or older.
The approximate construction time for the house is 7 months or 235 days. The actual construction has time period of the actual construction of the house is 100 and the actual completion of the house has 120. Yeah, I'm sorry. The average time of the construction of the house is 7 months or 235 days. The actual completion is 156 total days, but we only use 110 of those days due to weekends and holidays. The permits and requisitions gives us 158 calendar days and 114 work days. The holidays include Memorial Day and July 4th.
Now moving on to the bill of materials list, we can see that the bill of materials will add up to $148,000. And then if we move on to the labor costs, that adds up to being around $51,000. If we move on to permits, we have a total cost of $1,500 for those. Lastly, we have the lot price of $300,000, which all adds up to being approximately $526,000. Now, if we move on to the location and pricing of the house, we looked in the Monarch student community and found floor plans similar to the one that we have recreated for you today, and found that it was listed for around $1.3 million. If we were to sell the house at this price, we would gain $798,000 profit off the house. I'll now move it back on to Emma.
Thank you, David. We'd like to give a special thanks to SoftPlan, Shea Homes, and the National Association of Home Builders for giving us the opportunity to implement our architectural knowledge in this year's student competition. We would now like to open it up for questions.
Great job on your overall package. I love it. What was really nice is on your floor plans, the discipline of where to put dimension lines is really key for me, so it doesn't clutter up the plan, easy to follow for the trades, and I liked it. Thank you very much. It was a great discipline to see that happen. The breakdown of the estimate, I loved it. You gave me everything I needed in case I had to do a substitution of a product or whatever. It was easy to flip that in and out to pass that along to the scheduler and the project superintendent. And the flow of the schedule was pretty easy to follow. You kept it all on one Gantt chart, but you kept it closed enough where I didn't have to bring my eye way off the page to find what day it's being put on. So really nice job. It was easy to follow.
All right, great job, guys. I know you're a little nervous, so let it breathe a little bit. You guys are good. Question for you. So obviously, there's a lot of information to find with this stuff, right? You guys are actively looking to try and figure out how much stuff costs and then how long it takes to build. So can you guys talk a little bit about what resources you use to try and find your pricing for your estimate? Because your profit's pretty high. I'd love to come work for you at that profit for sure. But just let me know what you guys use as it relates to putting your estimate together for your materials and your items.
For the materials and items, we used SoftPlan. It auto-generates prices for materials and lists the materials out that we use to build the house.
Okay. Yeah, so I would definitely say consider using some resources to make sure that your pricing's accurate based on location, because I think SoftPlan gave you guys some really good prices, but they're a little low. So just want to make sure you guys just check your research, just look in a few areas, try to take it geographically to make sure it matches up with SoftPlan, just to cross-check, because I do think SoftPlan with the material unit pricing that they have for the material is definitely a little low, but I think, and you guys had a very realistic cycle time for your schedule. I think that's a testament to what you guys put into it as far as your resources and information. So again, like Mr. Dean mentioned, you guys had a a great schedule, some sequencing things, but I think you guys overall had a great cycle time and a great estimate. So thank you.
Excellent job, team. Overall, I can see you did research on what you're targeting, the clientele of Shea Homes, and who is going to be buying the home. You mentioned a few things that I'm glad you did research on who Shea Homes is and what, and literally who's going to eventually be moving. So it's an active adult community, which was great. You had a lot of the marketing names for the elevations, great. Overall, your schedule, close, very close to realistic times. And your estimate, definitely, as Miles had mentioned, you'll make some money, so which is good. So, kind of high level, fantastic. So just to pick in and get into a little bit more detail and understand what your thoughts are. The first thing I saw on your elevation of your cover sheet, can you tell me what the cover sheet elevation of the house was on the front page of your drawings?
So by elevation, do you mean, what do you mean exactly?
Okay. Elevation is basically the exterior finish material.
All
Like
right.
what's the material of the skin of the house?
I have it made out of siding right now,
Okay.
and I think there might have been some stone in the back, but the 3D was more so just to like have clients look at the front just to see, to pull in more clientele.
Okay.
So I have siding though.
So when we're looking through the floor plans and the rest of the elevation sheets, what are you planning to build the house exterior material of?
There are multiple different options, so we would talk to the homeowner
Okay.
or who would be wanting to move in and see what they would prefer. On the elevations that we drew through soft plan, it was ashlar stone and stucco, but the 3D model was different because there are multiple options to choose from.
Okay. That's what I'm looking for. So you're presenting options to me. Okay. So when I look at your estimate, which one did you price into your cost to make all that tons of money to make that 700,000? I think was the number of your profit. So which elevation are you including in your estimate?
We chose to do a base as our base model as a stucco.
Okay. All right. That's what I wanted to clarify on that. All right. When it comes to your research on the community, you mentioned schools, which is great. That's a great marketing tool for wide range of people. But then you also said you're targeting specifically 55 and plus older clientele. What else, marketing-wise, do you think besides a school would entice and attract home buyers to this area?
Okay, so the Monarch Dunes community is very family-friendly, and I know many grandparents that look after younger children. So I think that incorporates it. I think the plan having a one-story is also can help attract the 55 and plus community because all the livable space is accessible on one floor. There's no stairs, and there's also indoor-outdoor living, so it's great for hosting, having friends and family over.
Okay, all right, no, that's good. You mentioned a lot of things specifically about the house that I like, and that's great thinking. You included a few options on the house, which I noticed that on your drawings that since the home can have multiple options, like you mentioned, all the great names for the exterior elevations, stone, siding, stucco of the house. In the house on the floor plan, I noticed that what on the submittal we got, but not presented today, it had all the options. You had rolling wall, you had a corner fireplace. So are those included in your estimate too, or are they additional?
Those are additional costs.
Okay, all right. So it's not actually in that number, that cost that you provided.
No, it's not. If the home buyer would like to add on these different things, we would have to find the different prices and get back to you on that.
Okay, all right, so it's basically a shopping list for me to find out what it is later. Okay, and that's what the homeowner would definitely be interested in looking at, each of those different options for their enjoyment when they relocate to the house. So that's all I have for now. Thank you.
Very good, guys. Enjoyed it. Thought the visual presentation was great. I really like how you guys dug into stuff like the weather considerations for the area, doing some research and understanding the season that it will be when you're building as well. I think that's important. A couple of questions I have. One would be just around the overall profit. What was the actual profit, like cash, that you guys make at the end of this project?
I would have to get back to you on that.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. In general, I would say that, make sure you prioritize that information. To stay in business, you need to make sure that you have good profit. There are a couple conflicting things that I saw from the presentation you had versus the submittal. The profit margin looked great, in the presentation, and there's a line item at the bottom of your estimate that shows just overall profit of about $9,000 that you guys made, and the realtor was making 13, making a little bit more than that, so just something as you guys do this moving forward, just kind of consider that, particular detail into the margin itself. The other thing that interested me that I hadn't seen other people do was you guys chose to use wall panels. Can you tell me about why you chose to use wall panels for your framing method?
I'm unsure at the moment, but I will get back to you on that.
All right, appreciate it. I think it was a good decision, though. And it was good. I like having the detail in the plan set that show like the wall panels and such. So, yeah, it'd be great to understand the logic behind that in future. The one comment about that as well is it's kind of a general thing. It's not just about the wall panels, but when you're designing anything architectural-wise, any documents that you're pushing out, realize that it's, there's a couple of different uses for it. One of it's for bidding to make sure you've got the cost for the house right, but it's also to make sure that the people assembling the home are able to build it right. So you want to make sure all the details, all the dimensions, everything you have on there is as simple as it can be and as clear. Just an example of that is on the wall panels, you show the stud spacing, and you could make a note that says 16 inches on center rather than showing in between each stud, you have a dimension shown in between each one of them. It just makes it a little bit harder to read. So think about how you simplify and make it very clear and easy for the field teams to review. But overall, great job. Yeah, that's all I have.
Go ahead, Mr. Scott.
Can you give me some more? Okay, give me 20. This is
Yeah,
gonna
I think it'll take more than 20.
be- Great job, team. Wonderful job. My questions are going to be more for the working drawings that you did. We noticed that you supplied 2 different floor plan orientations. Why?
So in the plans provided, there were 2 different options. One was flipped and the other had an extended cover patio, one had an extended porch, and we wanted to show that there are different variations of this floor plan that can be included that the buyer can choose.
Okay. On your site plan, who drew the site plan?
Sebastian?
Okay. Did you actually draw that site plan for line by line or however?
Yes, it was redrawn completely.
That was drawn by you completely?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you include easements and setbacks to that?
I was looking over it before we got in here, and I didn't see any I saw some setback lines, but I didn't see any dimensions I put on there. I can tell you it's at least 14 inches, or feet, but I can't say how much it is exactly.
Okay. On the site plan, the driveway
Yeah.
is on the left side, if you will. And you had the driveway on the floor plan, on the second option you did, on the right side. Again, did you determine one way or another what would be the more correct floor plan for that site?
So I was more so going off of what I did for the 3D model for this, and since we all have to work on our own, there's a little bit of a disconnect going on, which is something we could definitely work on more. But when I was doing the 3D model, I put it on the left, and then I did the site plan on the left. just to kind of make it a little bit more homogeneous. But we have our floor plans as options that you can do, kind of like just shopping for a house, you know?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Phenomenal job, thank you.
That's all, Mr. Scott? Sure.
Yeah, you.
All right, thank you guys, I appreciate it.
Yeah, Scott.